miner, clutching his golden pick, nuggets in hand.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have said that. That's quite rude.
This is the Rising High Extended Tea Break, the game dev podcast bringing you the best practical, actionable advice for indie game developers. Brought to you by RisingHighAcademy.com. The kettle's on, so let's go listen in.
Hey there, and welcome to episode 7 of the Rising High Extended Tea Break. My name's Kevin, and I am joined with Jilly today. Hello, Jilly.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. I'm good.
All right. So, what have we got in store today?
Well, we've put together our top 10 ways to add surprise and wonder into your games.
Oh, yeah, I love this topic. Surprise and wonder. Something that isn't talked about all that much from what I can gather.
There's not a lot of discussions about
No,
it.
let's fix that today and let's talk about surprise and wonder. So, what is surprise and wonder? Well, this is when you invoke emotion with your players. And it's often, kind of like the wow factor.
Yeah, nice surprises.
Yeah, that kind of thing. So it might sound a little bit obvious, as the title said, surprise and wonder. But we have put together our tentative list, as Jilly said, and we're going to go through it and see if we can, let's just run down the list and see where we get up to, I think.
Okay, number 1, we've got scale of environment.
Yeah, now scale, this is an interesting one. Now, this comes back to when I was a lad, back in the day, one of the biggest, I think everyone's got a moment in a game that really sticks with them from when they really, I mean, for me, it's when I really first fell in love with video games. And showing my age here a little bit, mine comes from the very first Tomb Raider game on the PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
Now, that was a massive leap in consoles, going from sort of like, I don't know, Mega Drives and stuff. It was really the sort of first 3D console with like wow graphics.
Yeah.
Now, you don't get the wow graphics so much these days because the quality is just so advanced. But the leap from the old consoles to the PlayStation 1 was like night and day.
Yeah, it's vast.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. And this comes back to, like I said, the first Tomb Raider for me. And I remember getting that console, and my parents had gone on holiday.
Oh dear.
And me and my brother, rest in peace. Oh wow, that choked me up a bit. Let's carry on. I went with my brother, and we sort of did a whole week, day and night, playing Tomb Raider.
Wow.
Yeah.
No sleep at all.
Totally binged out on it. Camped out in my parents' front room on the big telly. Because
big telly,
because there was big and little tellies in those days.
There was also black and white. I remember that.
Oh well, I don't know about that. No, actually saying that, I had a black and white telly in my bedroom when I was growing up. Yeah, I think that's because we weren't poor, but the TVs, they were quite.
You kind of had hand-me-downs then. It wasn't only clothes; it was equipment.
That's
as
right,
well.
and they were like the size of a garage as well.
Yeah.
And you had that stupid aerial at the top where you had to keep
moving
it around,
or just get someone to stand there.
Well, there is that. But I remember when you're doing with the aerial, you used to get it perfect, and then you guys to sit down and you used to go back up again. So all sorts of contractions and string trying to get that to work. Anywho's, so we were there, camped out, playing Tomb Raider. And we were quite far into the game, and out of what was nowhere, we turned a corner, and this big blooming dinosaur came running at us, and they had screen shake on the game as well, and it was just like, wow, we'd never seen anything like it. And that's why I put number 1 as scale of environment, because the scale in the Tomb Raider games, they got it just right where you were actually in a huge world.
Yeah.
It's kind of taken for granted now. But back then, it was like I said, it was like very unusual, and it's like a huge leap in tech. And it's just like you really felt immersed in it. And the scale of this dinosaur compared to the character and the vast open landscape was like, it was just amazing. I never forget that. And this thing was like stomping towards us at a great pace.
I didn't even know they did screen shake on that.
Oh yeah, sure, yeah. And it was just like, that's why I had the scalability. And I suppose today now we're kind of used to it, but when you're in a game and you've got whatever sort of game, mostly adventure type games, I guess, but you come up across like a big boss. Now that is surprise and wonder.
Yeah.
Because it's like, wow.
See, I remember, I didn't play games like that. I remember the only game I've ever completed, and that was Lemmings.
Oh, yeah, sure, okay.
But that's a completely different world. They were really, really tiny.
Yeah, they
tiny
were.
things.
That's
but
right.
the worlds were just something else.
Yeah, sure.
And the first time I actually set one of my lemmings to blow up, they used to hold their heads and shake. That was just hilarious.
Yeah, well,
absolutely hilarious.
Again, now that is, would you say that comes down as surprise when it did that because you weren't ready for it?
It made me smile.
Yeah, well, there you go.
It made me laugh.
And that's one of the cornerstones of the surprise and wonder. It's this emotional connection that it invokes that emotion that's unexpected.
It was just so funny.
Yeah, exactly. Right, and that's what you want. You want people to be laughing and smiling when you're playing your game. If that's the sort of game that you're going for, or the moment in the game that you're going for. So, winding that back slightly, the scale for me, think big bosses.
Yeah.
And when you come across them, it really does give you that surprise and wonder where it's just like, oh my God, I was not expecting that.
No.
This thing is huge.
Definitely the unexpected.
And it's exciting. Okay, now all of these are going to have the same effect, and that is like an example of surprise and wonder. So probably going to repeat that quite a lot, but let's just plod on and let's try number 2.
Okay, number 2, secret places and bonus levels.
Yes. So, secret places and bonus levels. Now, this is where we can kind of wind it back to our sort of games that we've been building of late, which is the mobile casual games. And we can wing this into our games relatively easily when we start talking about secret places and bonus levels. Now, bonus levels is pretty obvious that once we finish a particular task in our game, we can give them an additional bonus level.
Yeah. Extra coins and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's right. It's like that you don't expect, and I think that's where the surprise aspect comes in there.
Yeah.
It's breaking from the normal of the game. Now you see the likes of, I don't know if Crossy Road and stuff did it. Seen plenty of mobile games where I think Jetpack Joyride was one of the early runners here, where you ended a level and if you picked up enough tokens, you got a fruit machine.
Oh yeah.
And then you could spin that, and that's the sort of,
that's a good bonus.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing where it breaks from the norm, and you just think, oh, that's cool, and that's the sort of emotion again that you want to be heading for. It's like
the next thing with that is you don't know what you're going to get.
Well, yeah, that's it. It's like a double whammy, right?
Yeah.
So you've got the new thing that's come in, which is the bonus. And then you've got the additional bonus inside the bonus kind of thing. So really effective way. I mean, the more newer games have these like almost like what do you call those claw things that come?
Oh,
there?
like the cranes.
Yeah, like those sort of things.
Oh, I know, like the toy cranes.
That's right. Yeah, it's like you get at the fairground and stuff. And there's plenty of these sort of things that you can, if you think about it, any sort of like fairground game.
Yeah.
You could wind into your game somewhere as a bonus. So this is like a separate thing. It's like an additional, it's nothing to do with your game. It's just something that comes in that's really cool and different, that makes your players go, oh, that's really neat.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about fairground things. I remember, I don't know, it was like horse racing. And you put your money in and you bet on the horse. Oh,
yeah, I know what you mean.
And you see if your colour horse wins.
That's all right.
And I actually I can't remember what game it was, but I played a game where that was kind of like an additional little level.
Ah, I see, yeah, cool.
And you tapped.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, you chose your horse and tapped.
That's it.
And exactly the same.
And how did you feel when that came in?
Down memory lane, I think.
Well, yeah, but the point...
But it was cool. It was different.
That's right.
Yeah.
It was cool. It was different. And do you know what? You just remembered it.
Yeah.
And that's the cruncher here. And that's the secret sauce of it all, is like to bring this stuff in that draws the player closer to your game at the end of the day. And what we're talking about now is the sort of the tactics and the sort of strategies you can put in place to do that. But there's actually really no restraints here.
No.
I think the more random, the better. And it certainly sets you apart. Certainly like that horse racing thing, if that came in as a mini game almost, that's really cool. It's just really neat. So what was that one? Secret places.
They're good things to build into your game.
Yeah, exactly.
Secret places where you sort of use... You put your character into a world that's just full of either coins or full of treasure.
That's right, full of coins and loads of bonuses, right? So the good thing is that it's just like you really want these sort of things to like be stumbled upon by mistake, and that makes it even more awesome.
That's good retention.
Of course.
You want to see if there's anything else in there.
That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine if you had a secret place, but underneath your underlying code, that secret place could be one of 5 secret places.
Yeah.
Even if you just change the colour of the secret place, it would be different every time. And that game gives that emotional connection to your players. And the other thing as well, it gets people talking about it. You know, did you see this one? Or if you get that one, then you got to do this and all this sort of stuff. And it builds upon the layers of your game.
See, it's like you say about you could have 3 or 4 secret places, just change the colour up. You can change how much is in there.
Of course,
you have like a gold room. Where,
I mean, that's my game builder's hat gone on there. It's just like, hold on a minute, I don't want to be doing all these different things. But a few variations.
Yeah, just a colour change can do it.
Yeah, that's right. And it just mixes it up.
How many gold chests you're putting in there.
Yeah, and you can also associate the colour with the amount of wealth. You go, I hope it's a blue one, because you get loads, or blue one has the sword in it. I mean, that doesn't a lot for the casual sort of games. This is more like adventure-y sort of stuff.
You could even go down like a gem route. You could have a
gems
blue room with blue gems.
That's right.
Red gems.
That's the obvious one, you know. And if you get the green one, then you get the super gem that's worth that. And I've only needed 50 more coins, and that gives me 200, and all that kind of stuff. But adding that in as a special secret is a great way to add surprise. Because after you do that, you go and look for it then as well. You see.
Well, you want to play more.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's exactly right. So, what we got for number 3?
Number 3, unexpected rewards. I'm on end of level celebration.
Oh, okay. So they're the 2 in 1, is it?
Yeah.
Unexpected rewards and end of level celebration. Yeah. So I think this one for me would be like you've just done the level in your game, and up pops one of these character things that you wasn't expecting.
Yeah.
So congratulations, you've just unlocked Johnny the Miner. That's like, what am I talking about? Johnny the Miner. Okay, I don't know what game I've been playing.
Going underground.
I don't know. Yeah. That was a savage example. But you get my point, right? So you get a secret character. Well, even better would be a secret character that's unobtainable through what could be your character shop.
Well, you could even have a free character first as well.
Of course, no, it has to be free. Well, no, it doesn't have to be free, I suppose. But if you're starting, we're talking about onboarding stuff. You definitely want to give free stuff away at the start, to get the player like involved and on board with the game. But yeah, you could you add if you've got characters that appear randomly like that. And again, you could even have Johnny the Miner in a different coloured top. That's now selectable, just as that, that different
special shoes.
That's right.
Scarf and a hat.
Yeah, golden pick. I'm going for. Pick. Why not? So yeah, there's that. So that's really cool if you can introduce something like that into your game. So you've just done a level, and all of a sudden, as a special reward, this different UI screen pops up, offering you the free character. Yeah. Now, I did say free. You could have a paid. You could have ones that only pop up every now and again. That do you want to get this, once
special.
Yeah, that's right. Or you could use in-app purchase upsells there as well.
Yeah.
So you could go, just because, congratulations on doing this level, because you're so awesome, you can have this $5.99 in-app purchase for 99 cents. Now, you may well find you get a few takers for that, especially if it doesn't come up very often, which brings us back to the surprise and the wonder of it all.
Yeah, it is all intermingled, really.
Yeah, no doubt. The other thing there as well, what was the other thing on that bit? Unexpected end of level celebration. Yeah, this one's a little bit tenuous, I think.
I always like end of level celebration. I like to feel that I've actually done something. A lot of games I've played, I finish a level and it will just go straight into the next one.
Yeah, sure.
And I just think, hold on a minute, I just,
Yeah,
I
where's
just
my
played
balloons
through
and my
that.
fireworks? Yeah, I get
where's
that.
my well done?
Yeah, no, I get that. I'm not sure I class it so much in this list. I know.
Yeah.
I think if you have different ones, that could be cool.
Mm.
But I think joined together with the unexpected rewards, I think that moulds itself into a decent entry for number 3. So what have we got for number 4? Or what are we on number 4?
We're on number 4.
Okay.
Yeah. Special characters.
Right, so I've just done that as number 4.
Just kind of covered that.
Yeah, mashed the list up. It didn't take very long at all, though, did it?
We've kind of...
Yeah. Oh no, we haven't touched on worlds. Okay, so 3 and 4 are now into 3 of 0.4. Worlds, new worlds, obviously.
They're always nice to build as well.
Oh god, yeah.
If you're starting a game and you've got one world and you just think, oh, wouldn't it be nice if it was different colouring?
Yeah, exactly.
Or something. Let's build another world with another mechanic in it.
Yeah, so we got to be a bit careful on, coming back to the business hat on. There's got to be boundaries, and you got to understand your scope, as we've talked about before. But yeah, different worlds and offering your players a different viewpoint and stuff is definitely worth doing. I mean, even if you have a random casual mobile game, you could put another world in there and just recolour the background as a real dirty fix.
I think you have to be careful how many. That's something we've tripped up on before.
What's that?
How many worlds?
Yeah, how do you mean?
Like we've done games that we set out to do 6 worlds and we've ended up doing 4.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think
they're always nice if you've got ideas for more worlds. They're always nice to put in the back burner for an update.
Of course, yeah, sure. I think we're straying slightly off now, but yeah, absolutely. But I think the one with the special characters and the worlds. If you've done your level and then all of a sudden go you've unlocked arcade mode or you've unlocked a new world. That's cool. It's just like, there's a new world. And especially if there wasn't a button on the UI screen to let you know there was a new world, all of a sudden it's just like, I wonder if I play this one, maybe I'll get another one.
Yeah, that's
and
it.
again, you mentioned it earlier about the retention. I mean, that's very strong for the retention. All right, so now we've done 3.4. What's number 5?
Number 5 is changing mechanics.
Changing mechanics, yeah. So we have got Johnny the Miner busily chopping. No, what do you call it? Not chopping. Okay,
digging.
Digging's good. We'll go with digging. So Johnny the Miner is digging down. Then all of a sudden he breaks through the cave, and now he can fly.
Okay.
Surprise and wonder. It's just like, what's all this about? Now he's got to fly around finding his coal. I don't know where I was going with this
golden
one.
Nuggets, I was thinking.
Oh, golden nuggets. There we go. Yeah, that's it. This game is rubbish that I'm building. Yours sounds way better. So golden pick on his back. He's now flying around, changing mechanics, wonder and surprise. Yeah. Now, it's a totally different game. I was not expecting that. And again, for the player's point of view, this is a great way to make those smiles.
Yeah, gravity's a good one too.
Yeah, gravity, of course.
Gravity.
Yeah, there's 100 ways you can flip this.
There is.
You need to think about what. Now, it doesn't have to make sense for your game. It's often good if it's relatively tangible.
Yeah.
But on that as well, just as I said that, it's just like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if he's now on a jetpack somewhere, or he's I meant to say jet ski. I don't know why I said jetpack. I just thought he's on a jetpack on the ocean. It's just like this is getting really
with his
random.
golden pick.
That's right. I think we better. Yeah. Anyway, so changing mechanics are brilliant and not necessarily the easiest thing to implement, but really good to add some spice into your game.
Yeah, it kind of goes with part of number 4 as well, changing mechanics to match the worlds.
Yeah, sure, exactly.
Different world, different mechanic.
Yeah, again, it's like full circle round to each one, isn't it?
Full circle.
Changing that up. I guess it's all about variety.
Sometimes these things don't hit you until you're building. A lot of the times we're building, and you suddenly think, wouldn't it be good if?
Exactly.
And there comes another world.
And then you should be thinking, well, why don't we try it?
Yeah,
that should be the next sentence out your mouth, because it can just add a totally new dimension. And we're after the smiles. That overall, that's what in that sort of game. Now, if we're talking about horror and stuff, that's totally different. There's a whole set of emotional values you want to be going for, and I think we might touch on that in a minute. But yeah, so it depends on the game, as we always say, yada yada. But it's a really good. I don't know what we're talking about again now. It's really good to do something like number 5. Changing mechanics. That's the one. So changing mechanics. I think that should be my number 1. I would think.
Yeah, I think so. I think to change up.
Yeah, I think that would be number 1. So after we've done that, what's number 6?
Number 6 is invoking emotion.
Did I not just talk about that? I don't know why we bothered doing this.
It's all wrapped up, but there's different emotions. You know, there's panic.
Well, that's where
I've really got to finish this, or I'm going to run out of time.
Oh yeah, that's a good shout.
I really need to finish this because I haven't got enough picks.
Yeah, exactly.
Anticipation.
How's it go?
When I can say it.
That's easy for you to say. Yeah, so I think I was just about to touch on this with the horror thing, which is why I thought I'd noted it down. But interestingly, you said panic, and you said like against the clock.
Yeah.
Now I was thinking horror.
I hate levels like that, but
I don't like time levels.
No.
I'm more of a chill player.
But there's lots of people that do. They like the
race against the clock.
Of it,
yeah, for sure. So when I wrote panic, I meant more in a horror scenario.
Okay.
So you're going through the door, Johnny the Miner, clutching his golden pick, nuggets in hand.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have said that. That's quite rude.
I
know what I meant. Trapdoor opens, and then the music comes in.
Something comes out the trapdoor.
That's right. So that's where the wonder and surprise element comes in. And we have music. Did we say, are we on music? Have we done music?
No, that's next. Next after 1.
Okay, so...
But obviously, if you're going to do that, music needs to go with it.
That's right.
You have to set the scene.
Yeah, I mean, that's all about, that's the whole sort of mood and feel about things.
Yeah.
But I don't know what we were on. I don't know what's happening.
Invoking emotion.
Yeah, panic, smiles, anticipation and excitement. So yeah, that, I suppose the music and stuff comes into how to execute it.
Yeah.
The driving force underneath that number 7 or whatever we're on was the fact that you can change the wonder and surprise just by I can't articulate what I'm trying to say here. It's just like you going through that door and changing up the game and slowing it down or something like that. It's a complete change of pace, and executing that does come on. And we're just going to move straight onto that change in music because it goes hand in hand with what we were saying, because that can totally cut the game. Can halt it in one. You're going through that door and all of a sudden the music comes in and the whole thing changes. The horror is a really good example of this because, the films do it really well. You think of these slasher movies or, what is it, like the teens in the cabin in the woods, the old cliche.
I remember the first little VR thing we got.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know what we'd loaded on it, but that was kind of a horror thing.
Right.
And that had kind of really creepy music in it.
Okay.
And all I could see was I was actually sitting on a couch.
Right.
And I'm looking around, there's nobody else there. And all of a sudden, when I pan back to the couch, there's this girl sitting there.
Oh, my goodness.
And the music was just slow.
Yeah.
There was no beat in it, and you just think, something is going to come round the sofa.
Something's going to happen.
Something is going to come in the room. But it was just, it was the last thing on my mind to actually look across the sofa where I'd all just been, and there was someone else sitting there.
Yeah, that's pretty creepy. I'm glad I don't remember that. I can't do those VRs because I feel sick.
No.
But I'm glad I don't now. But yeah, so again, it wraps back into the emotion stuff. So I think what we're trying to drill home here is that when you're building your games, think about some of this sort of stuff and how you can introduce it to break up the general gameplay. Certainly, if you've got like a minimal casual mobile game, much the sort of things that we work on. So we don't have a horror theme, or they're not themed. They're sort of like shapes and stuff.
Yeah.
The mechanics there can be a really big one, and think about how you can flip them to somewhere else to break up that gameplay.
Yeah.
And that in turn you change the music at the same time. Now we've done games where we flip the gravity, and we've
made them jump twice as high.
I mean, our game Dragonlance has got loads of great bonus levels in it. If I don't say so myself. That was really cool. We did some good fun ones there. I mean, we had one where he goes underwater.
Yeah,
so it's a doodle jump style game, and in one of the you go through these doors, and each door has got a different mechanic in it. Some he jumps really high. Some he jumps. So normally going vertically up. Some doors he now jumps over horizontally.
Yeah.
And it's just these minor changes that can have a huge impact. But the one I remember really is when he goes underwater.
Yeah.
A totally different world.
That was completely
different music, bubbles, the whole lot. Going from the outside to a different environment, which for this one was underwater. Okay, so now I'm completely lost. Let's try and wing this back on track. What have we got for number whatever it is?
Well, we kind of went from 6 to 8 with your music. Yeah. And number 7 was wow factor, character reactions.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. So this is where, especially if you've got characters, where you need characters in your game. This is the small little touches, I think. Now, hopefully a lot of you might have played some games where you've got a little dude walking around. We've got Johnny the miner, but when he stands still, he scratches his head.
Yeah.
Or he like whistles. Or something like that. The unnecessary details.
Yeah, cut the rope was brilliant.
Cut the rope. That's a great example.
Brilliant.
So when he's idle, the idle
he suddenly puts his hand behind his back and puts his hat on and smiles.
Okay,
Yeah, or he stands upside down.
Okay.
And you just think, oh, look at that. And you can just sit and watch the screen.
That's right.
But what's that? What it does.
Surprise and wonder.
Yeah.
And how cool is that? And you just said it, you sat there and just watched him doing nothing.
Yeah.
So you downloaded the game to play the game, and you've spent, albeit a few brief moments, just watching him do nothing.
It was just such a connection to the character.
Yeah, that's right. Or is it Omnom, whatever they call it?
That's right.
They nailed that as a lovable little thing, right? Which is a huge part of it, apart from being a really cool puzzle game. But yeah, it's that kind of thing. So it's the unnecessary things to think about if you've got like a character, especially when he's doing nothing, the idle animation, if you can get it, especially if you can randomize it. So sometimes he does this, like you said, sometimes he puts his hat on or whatever. Sometimes he
stand upside down.
And all that.
It's just funny.
Yeah, it is. It's just funny, and it really does build that emotion, and it comes back to the surprise. It's just like, I wasn't expecting that. And I love it when I see stuff like that, because it's just like, there's no reason.
We did it with Panda.
We did do it with Panda,
Not so much the idle stuff.
No,
we did it through like a power-up.
Yeah, we did. That was on the first version. I had to take that out for the character version, when we added like 50 new characters. But yeah, our Panda would go and hit an invisible action that would change his attire and his expression, and his clothes and his hair and stuff.
It's a fun thing to do.
Yeah, I mean that did really well for us. I mean that one got shared by Apple and hit the Apple TV ever. Weirdly enough,
and that actual character screen, I think they were all blinking.
That's right. Yeah, it's those little touches for that, and it's not as dramatic as the normal surprise and wonder that we've been talking about.
No,
but it's these fine details that can really elevate the game and get people talking about it and hit that emotional connection with it.
It was just something I think we just tried at the time. I think we just said, it'd be nice if he blinked or...
Yeah, to be fair, that wasn't a lot doing in that game, so I think they needed something, and that was kind of the obvious choice for us. You can't see it in the latest version. But yeah, it was good. So so there's the panda's sliding across the floor and you're dodging spikes that are coming up, and you have to time it to get past the spikes. And all of a sudden, when he gets past one spike, he would do a massive cheesy grin.
Yeah.
And the next time, this is completely random, his eyes would turn into hearts.
Yeah.
We had all sorts on that.
There was quite a lot going on in the end.
So many. Yeah. But yeah, it was just fun because it was a fun little game and it kind of fitted. I totally forgot about that. Yeah, it's a good shout.
But it was a good encouragement too, because you know, if you're working with something and you think I really want to improve this, little tweaks like that.
That's right.
It can boost your own excitement about carrying on building.
I agree for sure.
Putting more in.
I agree. Okay, so where are we now?
I think we're number 9.
Okay.
Power-ups? No.
Power-ups for sure. Yeah,
just talking about them.
Yeah, so I'm going to say Jetpack Joyride for power-ups.
All day long. Yeah.
The power-ups in there are brilliant. You've got the original Flappy Bird in there, which I think is, I can't remember the name of that now. You've got the jet ski in that as well, weirdly enough.
There's everything in there, isn't there?
You've got the big snake.
Yeah.
So this is change of mechanics in a power-up solution, should we say. So you're going along, you're running along. If anyone doesn't know Jetpack Joyride, go and download it. It's like a masterclass of mobile game. One of the original classic runners. And you go along and you're running along and you're jumping and stuff and you're collecting coins and all of a sudden you get like a gem. I don't know what they call them, like a coin, like a magic coin.
Yeah, they're things.
Tokens. I can't remember. Yeah, but you pick one of these things up and your character completely transforms. And you will get like a motorbike was another good one. So you pick up this power up and he then goes and now he's driving a bike. And it's just like, this is fun. This is really different. And the more you can add, the better. I think
they combined it as well with the you get like an alarm when the laser's going to go.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
So that kind of adds as well.
Yeah, exactly. You know? Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, absolutely.
And they do good bonus coin levels in that.
Yeah, too. I love that game. Yeah. That was a really, really solid
good game.
Deservedly in the Hall of Fame of the App Store, in my opinion. Fantastic graphics as well. And they do it as well. Talking about that, surprise and wonder, as we are, or we're supposed to be, the changing of the environment in that game is second to none. So you'll go through what is like
the opening is something else.
Yeah, so you go through like a warehouse background, and there'll be like a door, and then you're into sort of like an aquarium.
Yeah.
And then you go into like an underground cave, and it's this constant changing of the environment that just keeps you interested. And then couple that with like the power-ups and the different vehicles and stuff you get with it. Super fun game. Always keeps the interest up. In actual fact, we should have just not done this episode and just said download Jetpack Joyride, because I created that at the start, didn't I, with the machine.
That happens from the beginning of that game, though. It just explodes.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
It's off.
Yeah, he bursts through.
The door,
quality.
Good.
So yeah, definitely that is the moral of this story. Go and download Jetpack Joyride.
That's all you need to do is play that game.
Yeah, that's
really.
right. Whatever game you're building, just see how they change it up and see how they've executed the constant changing of that game that keeps you interested.
How many years has that been going?
Oh goodness, I don't know. It's one of Halfbrick's first ones, wasn't it? Okay, so let's see if we've got a list anymore.
We've got one left, which is achievements. That's number 10.
Okay. I kind of lost where I am now. Achievements, well, I suppose you can get special achievements. Certainly if you've got an achievement system within your game.
Yeah, going from like silver to gold or something.
Yeah, I was thinking more like you've now been awarded special minor Johnny badge. I was getting a little bit old, that one. But yeah, I think achievements can be wangled in there somewhere. I think an achievement coupled with a reward would work well.
Yeah, that's what I think I'd put rewards over achievements.
Yeah, we've kind of, I don't know what,
Or kind of mingle them together. They
That's
are one and the same, really.
That's right. Okay, so let's aim to sort of tidy this up in some sort of
You want to put it back into a list?
Well, I'm going to try. I think it's worth to recap and try and give the overview to round things up here. I think the biggest takeaway for me before we do that is what we just talked about and the changing up.
Yeah.
And introducing something new that gives you a wow and invokes that that new emotion that you weren't expecting. And then it's just like the smiles, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so what have we got?
Okay, we started off with number 1, which was scale of environment.
Okay, number 2.
Number 2, secret places and bonus levels. Number 3, unexpected rewards. I put ends of celebration there, level celebration, but it's kind of wrapped up in unexpected rewards.
So number 4?
Number 4, special characters. Number 5, changing mechanics.
Yeah, that's a
and
big
even
one.
colours as well.
Yeah, we kind of we touched on that with like the variants of the secret worlds. Yeah.
Number 6, invoking emotion. Really important.
Yeah.
Whether it's a panic, a smile, excitement, it all adds for retention to people to come back.
Yeah, you want to be heading
people
for that.
want to come back. Number 7, wow factor.
Yep.
And your character reactions. Number 8, changing music sounds. Did we do that?
Yeah, I think we did. We sort of did on the horror
kind
thing.
Kind of mingled into something
I think if we didn't, we should have done. So that is putting new music, going through that door, having the tense music, or having an upbeat, fast music. You said, going against the clock and stuff.
Yeah.
Having that, if you've got a timer on your game, you want that. You want that timer. Or we did this in one of our games where we put a heartbeat when you were just about to die.
Yeah.
That was really effective as well. It was just like, as soon as you was about to die, the heartbeat came over.
Yeah.
That was good, I just remembered that. Yeah, okay.
Number 9, power-ups.
Yeah, power-ups.
Bonus coins.
Yeah.
Number 10, achievements / rewards.
Yeah. So I think that's a pretty solid list. I think it was quite, it's super interchangeable there.
Yeah, I think the main takeaway is change up.
Yeah, massive change.
Change up. Not just for players, but when you're building, it's really important to keep yourself immersed and keep your imagination going.
Yeah, exactly. I couldn't agree.
Yeah.
And that is the official statement of Rising High. Okay, so we're going to wrap that up for today. Thanks, Jilly. That was a really cool conversation, as always. If you want to learn more, get our top 10 list, which was sort of 5 but 10. Head over to risinghighacademy.com/7. If you're enjoying the show, we really hope you are. We would really appreciate if you leave us a rating and review, and hit that subscribe button in whichever podcast app you're listening to us on. Or if you're on YouTube, hit that like button. We'd love you to bits. Okay, and with that, we will wrap that up. And we'll take a break until next time.
I'm going to put the kettle on.
More tea, please.
More tea, Vicar.
See you next time.
Okay, speak soon.
You've been